Hello, BookTube. I wanted to give you your weekly reminder, one day late, about the other place on YouTube where I can be seen regularly talking about books. That is the Cedarburg Public Library Radio's Books of the Week. Bit of a mouthful. This is the public radio station of Cedarburg Public Library in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. One of the only public radio stations from a library that still exists. And every week, my producer and I go through some books. Um, the episodes have been getting steadily longer. I'm hoping that the kibosh is not put on that, because it really is a lot of fun. We do a new nonfiction release. Of course, this time around it was a book on D-Day. We do a new fiction release. This time around it was the latest novel from Michael Crichton. What's that you say? Hasn't he been dead for 50 years? Yeah. And then we do, the final section is a wild card section where my producer picks just 5 books that have just come off the Ingram truck, and we talk about them, taking advantage of the fact that I have opinions on almost every book that's written and have read a lot of the new releases. I do pretty well with new releases, so if you are a general library with a general buying budget and non-specialist reading patronage, chances are that in every book delivery you're going to get some books that I've already read. That's what we talk about. We talk about books every week, but that's not the reason to tune in. The reason to tune in is because we love it. We have a blast. We have the kind of back and forth shtick, the kind of back and forth chemistry that you can't script, you can't predict it, you can't make it happen. When you find it, you just got to grab onto it. You just got to grab onto it. I have done this many, many times, things like this. I think my producer has done this even more than I have. And we both know when you've got the real thing. He knew it before I did, in this case, and was insistent that, look, we need to do something. There's got to be some way to do this. We got to do something. We persevered. He persevered even after we were canceled. And now we are back. So I urge you to go over there and watch that, if only because today I'm filming this on a Saturday morning, and that means you have just put in a long, hard week. I haven't, because I'm a parasite on the boil of humanity, but you have. You've put in a long, hard week. And unlike my channel, this BookTube channel, where we talk every day, and a lot of you do pay me the huge compliment of saying that you enjoy our conversations every day, but they aren't always relaxing. I say plenty that I know you're not going to agree with. I bash plenty of books that you love. But that show, CPL Radio's Books of the Week, you might disagree with some things that I say on that show, but you are going to smile your way through it and end the show with a huge smile on your face. It's going to make you feel good. I don't claim that this channel is a feel-good channel, though a lot of you, again, compliment me by saying that it is. I don't claim that it is. I don't pretend that I'm intending it to be that way. But CPL Radio's Books of the Week, we are having such a fun time that it is infectious. You're going to see. Try not to get any other infections from us, but you're going to like that. You're going to like that part of it. So you should go over there, and while you're over there, you should do all the things that you don't do on this channel, that I urge you not to do on this channel. When you go over there, I'll leave a link. When you go over there, I want you to subscribe. I want you to leave a comment in the comments field, because the algorithm notices how much engagement a video gets. I am not asking you to hit the bell for notifications. You should silence all notifications on all your devices at all times. Do it right now. Do it as soon as you finish watching this video. Go into the settings on your phone and your iPad and disable all notifications. Your technology should not be asking for your attention. It's sitting there drawing your attention enough as it is. It shouldn't be asking you. That creates a trained response. You're only human. It's going to work. It was designed to work. So just disable it. And thank you, lucky stars, that technology in 2024 allows you to disable it. So I'm not asking you to hit the bell for notifications, but everything else. Go like the video, comment on the video. Also, I don't know about share the video. I've always found people who share videos in their social media is a little bit obnoxious. You could put it on your Facebook feed, I guess, without sharing it to any one particular person. You could put it on your Twitter or Instagram. But if you like the show, and you're going to like the show, feel free to let the Cedarburg Public Library know that. I mean, the watch numbers on the videos, the subscriber numbers on the channel, that will let them know anyway, but most people in the world don't have any idea how social media works. They don't really know the extent that it exists out there. They watch a video of misinformation about how COVID vaccines cause autism if it's shared in their Facebook group, but they won't watch YouTube. So, and a lot of those people run the Cedarburg Public Library. So the way to get their attention, the way to let them know that you're enjoying something that's under their umbrella is to specifically email them and tell them that. So feel free to go to the Cedarburg Public Library website, find the email us, contact us, whatever, and drop a line saying, I'm nowhere near the Cedarburg Public Library. I will never darken your doorstep, but boy, oh boy, do I love Cedarburg Public Library Books of the Week. You should do all those things, and you might want to consider one other thing. We now have a Patreon, a working Patreon for the show. I know, this is all very alien to me. I don't do any of this stuff. I don't make any calls to action on this channel. But on that channel, the Patreon is going to a very good cause. It's going to the Friends of the Cedarburg Public Library, under whose aegis the show is produced anyway, and who do a huge amount of work for the library. The Friends Association of any library is indispensable to that library. Just indispensable. Your local library, whether you know it or not, has Friends of the Library group, and they do hugely important work. And my producer finally set up the Patreon so that it benefits the Friends. That money is not going to him, and despite my urgings, it's not going to me either. Apparently that would be illegal. Instead, it's going to the Friends of the Cedarburg Public Library. So it's going to a good cause. It helps the Friends, and Friends are always on a shoestring budget, so that's going to be much appreciated. And it has one other positive effect, which is that it's a real, tangible thing my producer can take to anyone, anywhere. His bosses, the library board, whatever. Whoever it is that happens to be in power or maybe come to power and looks at this thing and thinks, this is fat I can trim. It's all well and good for him to say this produces smiles in the community, but smiles are intangible. If he can show them money, well, that's far more tangible. The Patreon, the watches, the likes, the emails, those are all measures that we can take against cancellation. My producer and I have already been through the nightmare of cancellation once. We don't want to get canceled again. Not that kind of canceled, anyway. And the other kind of canceled happened a long time ago. But we come to you every week. It's lots and lots of fun, and we are contemplating a normal Patreon. The tiny little Patreon I have for this channel is not normal. It's just a response to some of you who said, I really, really want to chip in some money. You just don't know how valuable you've been to me over the years. Please let me chip in some money. I've told those people, just call in-store credit at the Brattle. But now, some of them insisted, so I have a tiny Patreon. But I don't do anything for the Patreon. And that's not the rule. The standard for Patreon is that there are perks that you get for signing up. And we are contemplating those perks for the Cedarburg, for the Books of the Week Patreon. So that's another reason to sign up if you want to. That would be wonderful. That money is not going to us. It is not going to Brats. It is going to the Friends of the Cedarburg Public Library. So there's your regular reminder of our show. And we'll be back next Friday with another show. Lots and lots of fun. Plenty of stuff to talk about. So I'll see you then. Thank you, BookTube.